Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here. And today's practice is just kind of a sweet, fluid flow in which we will explore the idea of subtlety. So this is something that I've been playing with a lot in my personal practice lately, feeling the way that little tiny shifts and adjustments to the feeling of the pose that I'm making based on feedback I'm receiving from my own body and really from that inner space rather than based on what the pose looks like or what I think that it should look like. And noticing the way that this can really fundamentally change the expression of the pose or the feeling of expansion in the pose. So get curious about what you're feeling today, and you'll just need yourself and a space to move. If you have yoga blocks and you like to practice with them, go ahead and grab those as well. Whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll get started today from child's pose. So when you're ready, find your way there. Bring your toes together, separate your knees about hips distance apart, and then sink your pelvis all the way back toward your heels. Crawl your fingertips out to the top of the mat. You can relax your forehead down to the earth or maybe to a block. If there's space and you'd like to sink your chest and your chin all the way down, go ahead and do that. Soften or close your eyes. Land your awareness right away into the palms of your hands. See if you can relax them, and then let that relaxation radiate out through all 10 of your fingers. Dig down just slightly into the pads of the fingers so you feel the anchoring to the earth. Now begin to relax up your forearms, through the upper arms, softening the biceps and the triceps. Settle your shoulder girdle down your back, away from your ears, making some space around the neck. And then imagine that the back of your heart is melting toward the earth. Now continue to relax and soften all the way down the back line of your body, through the line of your spine, and along the sides of your spine. Sink your tailbone even further back in space, relaxing through the creases of the hips. Soften into your low belly. Settle through the tops of the thighs, through the knees, the shins, and the calves. Relaxing through the ankles, the feet, and the toes. Feel your whole body softening and sinking into the force of gravity. And let's take a few clearing breaths. Inhale through your nose, fill your belly with air. Open your mouth and take a big sigh, let that go. Again, full breath in, fill your lungs. Open mouth, exhale, let it be cleansing. Last one, breathe in. Big sigh. Now start to settle the breath into the space of the back of the throat. Breathing now in and out through your nose, starting to create ujjayi pranayama, or ocean breath. Stay here for a few more rounds. If you'd like to start to bring some intuitive movement into the pose, you're welcome to do that here. Maybe playing with a rock of the ribs or the chest from side to side. You could sway your hips from side to side, or maybe roll your head. So you're kind of massaging the space of the third eye. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Press down. Start to rise up into tabletop position. Come onto your hands and your knees, and then spread your fingers really wide, imagining that the palms of the hands and the fingers are covered in paint, and you want to press the full handprint and fingerprints down into the earth. Do the same with the tops of your feet and your toenails, really getting rooted. And then try to hug everything toward the central column of your spine, energizing to the midline. With your next inhale breath, get soft into your belly. Tip your tailbone toward the sky and feel your sitting bones broaden. Now begin to soften from the backs of your ribs down. Relax your heart down. And then drag your palms and your knees toward one another to reach your heart more forward. Turn your eyes up toward the sky and feel the back of your neck activating. Take a full breath in here. When you breathe out, tuck your pelvis. Feel your sitting bones like they're wrapping toward the backs of your knees. Hug in through your inner thighs and through your low core. Then squeeze from the base of the ribs, closing them. Press the front part of your heart up toward the back of your heart so your upper back gets broad. And then drop your chin toward your chest, softening the back of the neck. Take a full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Next inhalation, soften your belly, tilting up through your pelvis. Draw forward with your heart and look up with your eyes. When you exhale, press down into your palms, tuck your tailbone underneath of you, close through your front body, open up into your back body, chin draws toward the chest. One more like this. Nice, slow, progressive wave through your spine into cow pose. Tail first, then your heart goes forward, then your eyes look to the sky. Exhale breath, coming into a rounded spine position. Tuck your pelvis, hug in through your front body. Open up more space between all of your vertebrae, chin to the chest. Good. Now from here, we're going to reverse this. So with your next inhale breath, look up first with your head and your eyes. Roll your shoulders down your back. Draw the shoulder blades together as you sink your heart toward the earth. Then open your ribs. Soften your belly a little so the tailbone curls up to the sky and we find ourselves back in cow. When you exhale, start the rounded spine wave by tucking your chin toward your chest. Press into your earth, rounding first into the upper back. Spread the shoulder blades and round through the middle part of your back. Tuck your pelvis underneath of you to round your lower back. Again, breathing in, look up with the eyes, soften your shoulders, opening through the chest, then through the solar plexus, then soften the belly, lift the tailbone. Exhale, press down, chin to the chest first, wave through your spine all the way back into a cat pose. One more of these. Inhale, look up with the eyes, with the heart, and then with the tailbone. Exhale, press down, tuck your chin, round your upper back, the middle back, the lower back, and press the ground away from you. Start to neutralize your spine and curl your toes under. Take an inhale breath here. When you exhale, lift your knees and lift your hips all the way up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Start just by pressing deeply into the earth, feeling again for the full handprint and all your fingerprints to be rooted and spread and like sinking or melting into the earth. And then do the same with the balls of your feet, seeing if you can like broaden that surface area, even spreading your toes as you root them down. And see if the toes can feel as much of the texture of the mat beneath you as your hands can. Micro bend your knees, press your palms down and forward, hug in through your rib cage, and then see if you can draw your chest back towards your thighs, all the while elongating your low back space, lifting through the tailbone, reaching a little bit forward through the crown of your head like it's drawing towards your thumbs. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, lift your heels, pull up through your thighs, round through your spine, and come all the way forward into high plank. Have your shoulders stacked over your wrists. When you exhale, squeeze your core and lower your knees to a hover, so they're just like an inch or so off the mat. Take a breath in here. Now, when you exhale, we're gonna make like a big circle over to the right, starting with the head and the hips. So glide the head and the hips over to the right, then coming up into down dog to revolve through the center, staying high on the balls of the feet. Then swing your hips and your head a little toward the left. Bend your knees and come back into your floating tabletop. This can be intuitive. Going again with a big circle up and around to the right. Imagine yourself just like stretching out through all the muscles in the side body and through the back body. One more time. Going to the right. Revolving all the way back to center, meeting in floating tabletop. Take a breath in here. When you breathe out, take the circles to the left. Head and hips go left, then up and around, then to the right, and then find your way back to the center. 2 more circles. Start spreading your breath through everything and let this feel really, really good. Keep digging into the pads of the fingers, taking some pressure off of your wrists. And once you've done about 3 circles each way, come back to floating tabletop. Breathe in here. When you breathe out, lift your hips, send them all the way up and back, coming into downward facing dog. And with your next inhalation, look forward to the top of your mat. When you exhale, travel to a fold, but go really slowly. If you'd like, you can stay on the balls of your feet even to feel your core beginning to engage. Press the ground away from you. And then land in ragdoll, toes behind wrists. Bend your knees as much as you need here to feel the full waterfall effect through your entire spine. Relax the back of your neck and try to feel for the space where your head and your neck connect. See if you can get heavier there, maybe even placing the thumbs to that space. Give your head a little massage. Try to drop the weight entirely. Rock from side to side. Notice what happens when you shift the weight around on your feet in different directions, from side to side, forward and back. Just a couple more breaths here to play and to get heavier and more relaxed. Full breath in, full breath out. Press into your feet. Hug in through your core and slowly round up to standing so slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, feeling all the little micro adjustments as your spine stacks. Keep your chin tucked toward your chest. And then finally, at the very, very top, unravel into a tall standing position. Tadasana, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in, reach your arms wide and all the way up to the sky. Look to your thumbs. When you breathe out, draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Pause here, soften or close your eyes, and create some kind of an intention for your practice, for your movement. This can be anything that is resonating for you or that's on your mind. But I will invite you today to really explore the subtlety in your experience. Noticing how micro shifts, micro activations can cause really a profound change in the feeling of the pose when we stop and listen to the information and the feedback that we're receiving from our body. So a reminder to stay curious about all these subtleties. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Palms down, blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. As you exhale, long spine, dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Take a breath in, halfway lift, extend forward through the top of your head, reach back through your tailbone. When you breathe out, place your fingertips to the mat. Pick up your left foot and step it all the way to the back of your space, and then sink your left knee to the earth. When you inhale, float your fingers to the sky, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, bring your palms to touch, bend your elbows, and connect the thumb side of your hands to the back of your head. Now lean a little bit back into the support of your hands, lift through your pelvic floor, and then take an exhale breath to sink your hips down and forward, relaxing your jaw as you do this. Let's take one more inhale breath, growing longer, leaning a little bit back. Exhale, widen your elbows, soften your hips down and forward. Release, place your fingertips to the earth. Take an inhale breath, lift your back knee, drag your pelvis back in space until your right leg comes straight-ish. You might need blocks here under your fingertips if you have them. Now with your next exhale breath, press straight down into the earth. Pick up your right foot with your knee bent or straight. Use your core to glide all the way back into 3-legged down dog. So right leg glides high to the sky. Stack your hip and bend your knee. If your hands were on blocks, you can come off of them. So here, right hip over the left one, and just play, kind of like airing out the hip joint, mobilizing, feel for what is unwinding. Release the circles as you're ready, or rather reverse the circles. Good. Now squaring off your hips. Inhale, stretch high through your right set of toes. When you exhale, left heel rises really high. Hug your right knee towards your left tricep, crossing the midline of the body. And then extend your right leg all the way through to the left, anchoring into the knife edge of the foot, the pinky side. Keep pressing both palms down and spin your left heel to the earth so the knife edge of that foot comes aligned with the back of the mat. Grip into your right fingertips and then begin to cactus up through your left elbow, coming into a fallen triangle position. Feel the support of the earth beneath you and see if you can circle your left fingertips forward over your ear. Taking one more breath in. As you exhale, look to the top of your mat. Place your left palm down, pivot on your left toes, and hug your right knee into your chest. Press into the earth. Softly step right foot to right thumb. Keep your back knee lifted this time. Breathe in, press down, and rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. As you breathe out, bend your back knee. Bring it to hover off the ground and cactus your elbows as you sink into like a double lunge here. Inhale, press down. Stretch your back leg straight from up through your thigh. Hover your heel over the ball of your foot and reach through the edges of your fingertips. Exhale again, sinking low to a lunge. One more like that. Breathe in, press down, rise to standing. Breathing out, sink all the way down to a lunge. This time, keep your back knee rooted or bring it all the way down. Inhale, fingertips high. When you exhale, twist. So your left fingertips will wrap forward and your right ones will wrap back. Connect your right hand to the back of your left thigh. Squeeze in and up through your low belly. Lift your left fingertips, follow them with your eyes, and take a little back bend, or it's like an exalted warrior, but modified. Really feeling the line of opening through your left hip flexors, through the front of that hip. One more breath in. Breathing out, use your core to rise all the way back up. Place your palms to the top of the mat. Lift your back knee and step into a plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower chaturanga. Bend your elbows halfway. Untuck your toes. Inhale, rise to either upward facing dog or cobra. Pause here. Lift through your low belly. Notice how this elongates your low back. Energize your glutes, dig into your toenails, and soften your shoulders away from your ears. One more breath in. Exhale, belly button to spine. Glide your hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Next inhalation, look forward to your thumbs. As you exhale, travel to a fold at the top of your mat, landing here. Breathe in, halfway lift. Iron out through your entire spine. And as you breathe out, bow. Chest to your thighs, crown of head reaching to your toes. Inhale, press through your feet, reverse swan dive. Long spine as you rise to standing, look up. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, diving in. Breathe in, take a halfway lift, elongate. Breathe out, fingertips to the mat. Right leg lifts, stretch it to the back of your space. Right toes land down and then sink your knee as well. The feet are about hips distance apart here. Breathe in, press into both big toes evenly. Rise to standing or rise up with your torso in an Anjaneyasana, kneeling warrior. Exhale, palms to touch, thumb side of the hands to the back of the head. Now elongate. Breathing in, imagine your heart is growing infinitely skyward. As you breathe out, tilt your heart slightly up and melt your hips down and forward, but without back bending into the low back space. Think more of like a thoracic spine curl. One more breath in and a breath out. Release. Place your fingertips to the mat. Breathe in and lift your back knee. Slide your pelvis back in space. The left leg will draw straight-ish. Find blocks if you need them under the palms or the fingertips. Take an inhalation and elongate through your entire spine. Think inner thighs back, roof of the mouth pulling forward. When you exhale, press straight down. Imagine like a cat pose in your spine, so rounded so that you can pick up the left foot. Glide it all the way through and back into a three-legged down dog. Press your palms into the earth. Stack your left hip on top of the right one. Kick your heel in towards your sit bone and play with some circles here. Maybe involving the ankle and the foot if that feels good as well. Just do whatever feels right. Like a full body yes. Square your hips. Inhale, stretch high through your left toes. Exhale, high on your right heel. Left knee draws toward right tricep. Extend left leg all the way through to the right. Knife edge of the foot anchors down. Hug your inner thighs a little toward one another and spin your back heel down. Knife edge of the foot parallel to the back of the mat. Dig into your left fingertips and extend up through your right elbow or fingertips. Take a breath in. See if you can squeeze your left side body. Lift the hips away from the earth. And then as you breathe out, stretch your right fingertips forward over your ear, clarifying the line along the right side of your body. One more breath in. Breathing out, face the top of the mat. Pivot on your right toes, place your right palm. Hug left knee to your chest and softly step left foot, left thumb. Feet are still hips distance apart. Next inhale breath, press down, rise into a high crescent lunge. As you exhale, bend your back knee and bring it to hover, an inch off the ground as you cactus your elbows. Again, inhale, press into your feet, stretch your back leg straight-ish, lift through your whole spine and past your fingers. And then exhale, cactus your elbows, bend your back knee. One more breath in, reach up. As you breathe out, sink low. Place your back knee softly to the earth. Inhale, reach up through your fingertips. And exhale to twist right fingertips forward and left one's back. Now here, stay in this twisted position. Anchor your left hand to the back of your right thigh. Hug your shoulder blades together. Lift through the low belly space. Reach up with your right arm. And then maybe take it into just like a little back bend here, but a sweet one. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, pressing down, rising back up. Place your palms to the top of the mat and lift your back knee. Inhale, exhale, step into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Anchor into your fingertips. Reach from the base of your heart forward. When you exhale, lift your hips. Send them up and back. Downward facing dog. Pause here. Take an inhale breath through your nose. Lion's breath. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue as you exhale. Again, inhale. Lion's breath, exhale it out. And then pause and just feel the effects of everything that's moving through your physical body so far. Inhale. Exhale. With your next inhale breath, look forward. As you exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate. Exhale, bow, chest to the thighs, crown of head to the toes. Breathe in, press down, long spine, rise to standing. Turn your gaze up to your thumbs. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. We'll go again, adding on. Breathe in, reach up, look up. Breathe out, dive down, steady in your core as you go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Pick up your left set of toes, step them to the back of your space and sink your left knee down. With your inhalation, arms rise, kneeling warrior. With your exhalation, palms together, hands to the back of your head, lift through your low belly, slide your hips down and forward, lean your head back into your hands. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Release, fingertips to the mat or blocks. Inhale, lift your back knee. As you exhale, slide your pelvis back in space until your right leg draws straight. This time, maybe play with flexing your right toes and fold forward over your thigh. We'll pause here for an inhale breath, creating length and space in your spine like a little wave or a little halfway lift. Exhale, bow your heart down and forward like you're trying to shine the spotlight of your heart onto your toes. Take one more breath in. Long spine. Breathe out, press into the earth, pick up your right foot, glide it through and back into three-legged down dog. Take an inhalation here. Exhale, stack your hip, bend your knee. Inhale, extend high through your right toes. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Then extend right leg all the way through to the left, knife edge of the foot down, spin your left heel down. With your inhalation, open up into a fallen triangle. Left elbow can cactus up to the sky. As you exhale, circle your left fingertips forward all the way over your ear. One more breath in. Good. Exhale, a little different this time. Turn your torso back to the top of the mat. Place your left palm down. Draw your right knee into your chest and then pivot the opposite way on your left foot. So now the inner arch of your foot is aligned with the back of the mat. Bend your knee deeply. Root your left big toe. Step your right toes off the mat behind you, bending into the knees again to back off. Now scoop your left shoulder underneath of the back of your heart. Claw into your fingertips and start to open up into a wild thing. If you'd like, you can catch the back of your head and hold it in your hand to help support and to help lengthen into your upper back space. Just play here. Keep some energy moving between your inner thighs. Lift your low belly. Take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, turn to stack. Right side body over the left side. If you need fingertips to the top of the mat for support, you can. We're gonna take a big step forward with the right foot and land it all the way to a lunge. Once again, press into your toes. Next breath in, rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. This time, as you breathe out, keep your back knee lifted, left fingertips forward, right one's back. Inhale, exalted warrior. Right hand to the back of your left thigh. Squeeze in and up through your low belly. And then press your feet down and a little away from each other as you lean into the support of the shoulder blades behind you. Full breath in. Good. Breathing out. Circle both palms down to the mat. Softly step back into plank. From your plank, inhale. As you exhale, shift your hips up, back, and to the right side of the mat. Pivot so that your right heel and your right big toe can root down. Left heel can stay lifted. Now, inhale and cactus up through your left elbow if you're able. When you exhale, you can stay here or playing into like a rainbow arc side plank. So hover your left toes. Feel the cinch, the squeezing of your right side body, pressing your right hand down and toward the top of the mat, right foot down and toward the back of the mat. See if you can draw both legs straightish. Spread your left toes and then claw the air with your left fingertips. Take one more inhale breath. As you exhale, bend into your knees, revolve back into a plank and lower halfway, chaturanga. Breathe in, open up into upward facing dog. Breathing out, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Next inhalation, look forward. Exhale, travel to a fold at the top of your mat. Breathe in and halfway lift. Breathe out, bow, fold. Inhale, root your feet, long spine, rise to standing, eyes look up. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up, inflate your body with so much breath. Exhale, letting go of every drop of breath as you dive down into Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips root. Pick up your right foot, reach it back, sink your toes and sink your knee. Inhale, float the fingertips skyward. Exhale, hands to the back of your head. Lean into that support as you slide your pelvis down and forward and feel the opening into the front of your right hip. One more breath in. One more breath out. Release, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, lift your back knee. As you exhale, slide your pelvis back in space. This time, option to flex through your left set of toes. Inhale, little wave through your spine. Feel it move from the tailbone all the way out past the top of your head. As you exhale, keep the length. Maybe bend your elbows a little, or you can just press your fingertips down and forward to bow in. One more breath in. Exhale, wash the breath along the back line of your left leg. Inhale to elongate and prepare. When you exhale, press straight down, claw into your fingertips, pick up your left foot, glide it through and back into three-legged down dog. Inhale as you stretch through the tips of your toes. Exhale, stack. Left hip on top of the right one, bend your knee. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee threads to right, tricep, extend your leg all the way through to the right, sink the knife edge of the foot down, pivot your right heel down. Breathe in, opening up into a fallen triangle, cactus up through your right elbow. Breathe out, press into the earth, circle your right fingertips forward over your ear. One more breath in. Exhale, pivot to face the top of your mat. Right palm down, lift your right heel. Left knee hugs into your chest and keep it there as you turn the inner arch of your left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Sink your right heel. And then the left toe step all the way back behind you, slowly unfurling into wild thing. Do whatever you want with your arm. Maybe left arm behind the head, left hand behind the head. Maybe circle it all the way up and forward. Just kind of floating here. Imagine your back body is supported by a bunch of balloons, like holding you up from underneath. Take one more breath in, lift your pelvic floor, and then exhale, stack left side body on top of the right. Maybe using your left fingertips to the top of the mat for support if you'd like, or not, stepping all the way to the top of the mat and landing in a lunge, feet about hips distance apart. When you breathe in, press down, rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. When you breathe out, right fingertips forward, left one's back. Little twist here. Next inhale breath, left hand anchors to the back of your right thigh. Hug your inner thighs toward one another. Lift through your pelvic floor all the way up to your sternum. Then shoulder blades hug together. Imagine that they are like a shelf for your heart to lean back into. Only going in as far as it feels sweet to. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, use your core to rise back up to standing. Windmill your arms down to the earth, your hands down to the earth, and step into a plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, hips glide up, back, and to the left. Left heel down, root your left big toe. Bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen. Almost like a twisted down dog as we're setting up here. Then start to stack right side body on top of the left side, cactusing up through your right elbow. Squeeze your left side body, play with floating your right toes, maybe spread them and imagine you can like catch the air in between them. Do the same with your right fingers and then grow open into this beautiful rainbow side body stretch. Take one more inhale breath. As you exhale, bend your knees to back off, revolve back into a plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. As you exhale, hips glide up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Big sigh, let it go. Lion's breath if you like. Stick out your tongue. One more, inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels and sink your knees down to the mat. Come to a seat back on your heels. Stack your spine. And then bring your palms down on top of your thighs. They can face up, they can face down, anywhere you'd like to go. Settle into stillness. Notice what's happening here. Dive really deeply into your inner worlds. Noticing if any labels arise around your experience, or judgments, or even attachments. And see if you can imagine that even if you wanted to hold on to those, you couldn't. Everything's just kind of moving through as fluidly as water, ever evolving. And this practice of observing and watching the little fluctuations is something that we can really stay curious about. It's always interesting to notice what's going on because of how different it can be from moment to moment. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Blink your eyes open and find your way down to a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana. We'll close our practice today with a few rounds of box breathing. So the idea with this breath is that all parts of the breath are equal and the same. So there's the inhalation, there's a pause at the top of the inhale breath, then there's the exhalation and a pause at the top of the exhale breath. So it creates that box shape. Go ahead and soften or close your eyes. Palms can rest to the thighs, face up or down. Take a regular inhale through your nose. Regular exhale through your nose. Now inhale for a count of 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top of the breath. 2, 1. Exhale slow. 3, 2, 1. Wait for your next breath for 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale through the nose. Pause for 3. Lift your pelvic floor, tuck your chin. Exhale 3. Wait for the next breath for 3. Inhale 3. Pause, relax into the breath retention. Exhale 3. And hold at the bottom for 3. Now inhale 4, elongating slightly. 2, 1. Pause at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3. Steady breath. 2, 1. Wait for the inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 4. Pause, hold. 4. Soften your face. Exhale slow. 4. Through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Waiting at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. Lift the pelvic floor, tuck the chin. Exhale 4. Pause for 4. We're going 3 more rounds. Inhale. If you want to take it up to a count of 5, go ahead and do that now, or stay with 4 or even 3. Pause at the top. Exhale when you're ready, settling into your own count now. Pausing at the bottom. Take 2 more rounds on your own. Concentrate your awareness on the space between your eyebrows. Last round. Once you've completed your last round, take a full breath in, full breath out. Drop that technique. Drop any control over your breath. Let it become natural and easy. And see if you can create a sense of ease through your full body as well. Feeling for any effects of your practice today. Any openings, any discoveries, any clarity you were able to find. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Connect again to your intention, whatever it was. And then as you move into the rest of your day, continue to invite your awareness to get curious about the subtleties, curious about little shifts, and noticing how these can stack and build over time to create like a deeper shift, a foundational shift. Let's take one final breath together. Inhale fully. Big sigh. Drop any last bits of tension. And then you can blink your eyes open. If you'd like, you can roll down onto your back and take a shavasana or any other stretchier movements that you'd like to take to close your practice. But I hope that you enjoyed this little bit of movement. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member. Both of these really help to support me. Have a great rest of your day or your night, and I will see you in the next class. Bye.